name is Manon Wertenbroek. I'm a Swiss-Dutch artist, currently living and working in Paris. I'm interested in translating feelings into objects and how we can physically inject memory, emotions, experiences into something we create. Through touching, but also pressuring, binding the materials together, I can let go of certain sensations and watch them from a distance with more clarity. My work is always about the body, be it on a physical or a psychological level, but it's also about reclaiming space, identity, dreaming new forms of physicality by mixing existing shapes or ancient shapes as references with imaginary worlds. There's a sense of restraint that is very present, as well as an urgency to find exits that appear simultaneously in each of my sculptures. It's like looking for a balance between being trapped and finding an outlet. I got obsessed with the taphony, these pits, holes and shapes that form due to sand, water and wind that hits the surface of the mountains since thousands of years. They look almost like organs emerging from the stones. They could be bones, pimples, scars, and the colors too, like the deep red iron, the oranges, the yellows, that reminds me of shades of skin, rashes, or even bruises or tans. It's crazy that the shapes are so close to our own bodies. You could literally fill the holes with your hands as if they were made out of clay. You suddenly realize your body is part of this somehow. It really fits into the stone itself. You just realize you're part of nature, and it was such a strong feeling. Back at the studio, I worked on light sculptures made out of textile, acrylics, latex, and sand and pigments that I collected in the desert. I tried to express the sensation of touch and contact with the stone into the works, rather than reproducing the taphony shapes directly. When going to the mountains by car every day, I started noticing these metal doors that are present all over the city. Later on, I did a tour where I collected over 120 images of these doors and put them into a digital archive that I used as a starting point for a leather sculpture. I love to focus on objects people don't really pay attention to. These old doors are very rusty and in front of every house. They are part of daily life, but they are very symbolic somehow because they define the passage between private and public spaces. They are beautiful thanks to their structures and geometric patterns and colors, but also a bit neglected and forgotten. The outcome of this research is visible in a sculpture made of locally sourced leather that was tinted with natural dyes. The deep red color comes from an insect called coccinelle that was used back in the days to tint textiles and rugs. It was quite a long process to prepare the leather to absorb the colors, to do tons of different tests of natural dye beforehand, like with madder root, hibiscus, pomegranate skin, and in the end we used coccinelle because it was the strongest dye. Of course, reinterpreting the door's shapes with an organic material such as leather refers to the body and skin itself, but it's also about movement, fluidity, and constant changes and possibilities to find the shapes for passages and new openings.